Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Rose. So today we are going to be continuing our project. This is the 3D carousel tray that we made on the last video. I made this using the ScrapDivaDesigns 3D carousel tray die set, which is included in the July release. I will be sharing some links down below, and of course don't forget to use my code RHODA10, that's RHODA10, to save 10% at checkout. So this video is actually an optional addition to the 3D carousel tray. The carousel tray is already done. You can wrap it up and then by itself it's already done, basically done. But since we are so extra today, we are going to be adding this Lazy Susan, the spinning like part, just so we will be able to spin our tray. So it will be like a caddy that will spin. So for that one, you will still be using like the biggest die in the set, the base, but this time for the sides I will cut my own pieces. And please note that my measurements are off, just to let you know, like my math was not mathing this time. I was supposed to do this one right here, which is, that's like half an inch, like scoring wise, half an inch, and I think I'm supposed to like score 2.5 inches of like in intervals. But what I did is I only did 2.25, which in the end, when I was putting this base together, like it was not big enough, so I had to cover up like 2 spots where it was like bare, it wasn't covered well. So like I will be showing it to you later, but it still ended up like okay. I was able to kind of like fix it and cover up my mistake. But yeah, so just letting you know ahead of time, if you're watching this video and you want to make something, you want to make this for your tray, so just letting you know that in this video my measurements are off. So yeah. So here, like I said, I start with, for scoring wise, I start at half an inch. And then for me, here in this video, I scored like 2.25 inch intervals, and it was small. It was a little bit small in the end. So yeah, just make sure that if you do make this, try scoring at 2.5. I believe that will be the right size. And since I did not want to waste paper, I didn't want to like throw whatever I made, so I just like stuck with it and just covered my oopsies, and yeah, it still worked out fine. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm just gonna fold the paper, and then I am going to cut some squares, which will be the layering pieces, and then glue and then sew it together. And then from there, after that we are going to put our base together. So here I've already sewn my layered pieces, and next thing I'm doing is I'm gonna work on the base. So as I said, you will be using the biggest piece, the biggest two pieces on the die set, from the die set I mean, and then I am going to be cutting those two pieces twice. So you need like two pairs of this one. And then from there you will just glue those sides to make your base. Technically, like originally what I plan on doing, like when working on, like when making the base, I was just supposed to use the bottom like tier of this, like use the pieces to make the bottom tier of this tray. However, the side was too like tall, and I didn't want my base to be very tall. I wanted my base to be like less than an inch. So that is why I just like cut my own piece for the sides of the base. So yeah, so here let's just wait until I finish like sewing these pieces together, like the base, and we are going to put the sides up next. So like on the first video when we were putting the base, like the first tier, this is just the same process. However, unlike the first tier of the tray, this time we are going to be covering both sides. So it's not going to be an open tray. Here you will see that there is a gap on two sides. That's where my math was not mathing, so it was a tad small. So what I did was I just covered it with embellishments. So there's that. You'll see it a little bit on the side right there. So I just covered it up and then I was good to go. So for this one, you will need, for this one to work, you will need a Lazy Susan thingamabob. I will like add the link down below to where I got it. I still have like a couple of these left because I have been making projects that has like little turntables. So there's this one. For this one, I just use the plastic. I do have a metal one, but I couldn't find it, so I just use this one. I like the metal one better because it's more stable, but since this is a light project, so it was okay. So I will just put a little bit of glue onto one side, and then you try to center it as much as possible. And then once it's glued down, you are gonna glue the other side. Like always, as I say in my other videos, whenever I am off cam, don't worry, you are not missing anything fun. I am just most of the time like gluing stuff because my wire for the glue gun is short, so I'm usually off cam when I do this. And then yeah, just glue that part, and after that you are done. We just have to figure out what to put in this little cute caddy right here, and yeah, that is it. So again, this project was made almost entirely using the ScrapDivaDesigns 3D Carousel Tray. Again, I will leave some links down below. Don't forget to use my code RHODA10, that's RHODA 10, to save 10% at checkout. And yep, this is it. So we are done. This is a really cute, fun, and simple project, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!